While there was some excitement for Henry Cavill leading a Warhammer cinematic universe at Prime Video, there was also some significant trepidation given the fact that he was getting himself in bed with Games Workshop, the company that owns and produces Warhammer. And now maybe Henry Cavill should rethink his business relationship with Games Workshop after the company has published a sickening novel celebrating some of the most depraved acts you can possibly commit as a human being. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Let's get into this over here. You can read the headline right there on your screen. Absolutely sick and disgusting what Games Workshop is doing in its latest Warhammer The Old World novel from writer Graham McNeill. The novel is titled Lords of the Lance. I'm not making it up. It's literally titled Lords of the Lance. But we got this excerpt from Twitter user or X user Hugh Wyeth from the recently released book. It literally dropped on the 20th of this month. So, 2 days ago? But this is an excerpt from the book. It reads, and yes, he would have been a fine knight and earned his spurs in less than a year. His knight's oath sworn on the midsummer's morn. He would meet a boy with a smile that lit up the world, their love so great that all Bretonia's poets would weep as they penned exquisite odes in its celebration. Absolutely vile and repulsive. Should never be included in a book at all. And one has to think that they're going to be including this type of stuff in the Warhammer 40,000 universe if they're including it in their Warhammer The Old World novels. You had people celebrating it clearly on X. You can see there. What's interesting is that it does seem to fulfill a promise that Games Workshop made almost 4 years ago when they posted their infamous Warhammer is for everyone post that read, one of the great powers of our hobby is its ability to bring people together in common cause, to build bonds and friendships that cross divides. We believe in and support a community united by shared values of mutual kindness and respect. Our fantasy settings are grim and dark, but that is not a reflection of who we are or how we feel the real world should be. We will never accept nor condone any form of prejudice, hatred, or abuse in our company or in the Warhammer hobby. We will continue to diversify the cast of characters we portray through miniatures, art, and storytelling so everyone can find representation and heroes that they can relate to. So there's the promise. They're going to diversify the cast of characters. They're clearly fulfilling that promise now in this Lords of the Lance book. And then this is the last line that really pissed everyone off. And if you feel the same way, wherever and whoever you are, we're glad you are part of the Warhammer community. If not, you will not be missed. I mean, absolute hypocrisy. You have an entire post titled Warhammer is for everyone, and then you're telling people to sod off. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And just so shows how disingenuous people at Games Workshop really are, how they seemingly don't understand logic, they don't understand reason. And so it's really not surprising that they would be promoting something that defies both of those things, right? Well, at the time, it seemed like YouTuber Arch led an email campaign basically thwarting Games Workshop, and it seemed to be successful. He basically called them out for joining the culture war, where there was an infiltration, subversion, and the politicization of hobbies that has been a pretty damn common occurrence over the last few years. He launched the campaign to combat this infiltration and subversion, declaring, I think we have one last chance to send a bit of a warning shot across Games Workshop's bow to simply say, stay out of it, don't get involved, stay neutral, simply keep producing the universe and the miniatures that we all love, and we will all be happier for it. So it seemed like the campaign had worked at least until now. Now we have a book promoting some of the most disgusting acts human beings can commit, especially towards children. It's absolutely repulsive, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising at all. We have this from St. Louis de Montfort, where he made it perfectly clear how this tactic would be used. He says, in general, they do not teach sin openly, but they speak of it as if it were virtuous or blameless, or a matter of indifference and of little consequence. This guile which the devil has taught the world in order to conceal the heinousness of sin and falsehood is the wickedness spoken of by St. John when he wrote, "The whole world lies in the power of evil, and now more than ever before." So I think it's very clear there that they are trying to normalize this. You're having the poets of Bretonia celebrating it. It's a celebration. It's so great and good. You should celebrate it too, you readers. This is the thing to celebrate. It's just normal. It's not just normal, it's something to celebrate. No, it's sin. It's wrong and it's evil. And they are trying to mask it as something virtuous or blameless or a matter of indifference, because I'm sure people will say that in the comments. Oh, it's just one sentence, one or two sentences in a 1,200 page book, or how many ever pages it is. No, St. Louis de Montfort right here already predicted this argument and refuted it. So no, we must condemn this stuff. We must call this out. We do not want this in our entertainment properties. We do not want the normalization of sin in our entertainment properties. Games Workshop, I hope you're listening, because we don't want this. Henry Cavill, if you're listening, maybe rethink your business relationship with Games Workshop. You don't want to lead people to sin. Because what does the Bible say? Matthew 18:6. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Better for him to have a great millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. That's Jesus Christ saying that. If you lead children away from God, if you lead people away from God, it would be better for you to suffer one of the most painful deaths imaginable, drowning. Think about that. Just think about that. But this is Warhammer now. This is what Warhammer is now. It's a shame. It's a shame. I think they should issue an apology. I think they should retract this. And I think they should actually condemn this in. That is what Games Workshop should do. Otherwise, don't give them more of your money anymore. I certainly won't. Let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to speak the truth.